minutes to finish them all. After the teams choose which player will play each game, the guards tie their ankles together. While the first two teams start playing, the waiting teams watch them to learn some strategies. Daeho watches a seize deal with some pieces and begins practicing with some stones from the ground. When a team fails at a game, they're allowed to start over as many times as necessary, but it loses a lot of time. This makes them more scared and nervous, causing them to make even more mistakes. Instead of paying attention, Nam-gyu asks Thanos to share his happy candy. When the first round ends, both teams fail to finish the games and all 10 players are shot in the spot. More guards arrive to take the bodies away in coffins, but no oil always makes sure to shoot them again. The next team to play is Jeomja's. Youngmi is very nervous and keeps losing the first game, but Yoonju gently calms her down and she manages to win. Young-sik misses the first rock throw, but nails the second. Jeomja plays with the little pieces and makes a small mistake, however she quickly recovers and wins thanks to her son's support. As the crowd cheers for them, the fifth team member gets too nervous because she sees the blood on the ground and she can't get the spinning top ready after many tries. Yoonju slaps her a couple of times and threatens her until she concentrates, which helps her use the spinning top correctly. Lastly, Yoonju has to kick a pom-pom 5 times and pulls it off on her first try, so the team wins the challenge just in time. The teams keep playing with various degrees of success. Most of them pass including Thanos' group, but a few lose and get killed, so there's blood everywhere now. The final two teams are some randoms and Gi-hun's. Junhee starts by winning on her first try, and Young-bae does the rock toss on his first try too. Thanks to his practice, Daeho is also successful without missing. Unfortunately, In-ho keeps missing the spinning top and starts freaking out, so Gi-hun has to calm him down. Thanks to that support, In-ho finally wins the game. With only a few seconds left, Gi-hun begins kicking the pom-pom and almost misses, but In-ho helps him move and the team successfully finishes the challenge. The other team doesn't make it and they're killed. When the players return to the room, Yoonju shares with her team that she needs the money to pay for the operation to finish her transition. Nobody is happy to see that Gi-hun has made it. His team decides to do proper introductions, and In-ho uses a fake name. Meanwhile, two guards push No Oil into her room and scold her for ruining the bodies. She tries defending herself, but there are two of them and they have a knife, so they overpower her. As they cut her cheek, they tell her this is the last warning. If she messes with the bodies again, they'll cut her fingers. Afterward, the guards go to the players' room to add the money to the piggy bank and announce 110 players died during the last game, which means 255 are left. Now it's time to vote, and Jin-hun's team including In-ho agrees to choose to stop. Young-sik ignores his mother's worries and chooses to continue. The votes are looking like a tie again, so In-ho gives a speech to try to convince everyone to stop. However, an old man insists it's still not enough money since most people here have huge debts. An argument ensues again, so the guy begins chanting one more game, quickly gaining the support of lots of people. In the end, staying in the game wins. Later over dinner, Young-sik explains to his mother that he has more debt than she knows about, but Jeomja is still disappointed by him. Gi-hun's team isn't happy with Young-bae either because he also voted to stay, but they still keep him around. They also give Junhee some extra food for the baby. In the bathroom, Thanos' team is harassing Myung-gi because he chose to leave, but when they're about to fight, In-ho comes in and Thanos leaves in fear. The mood in the entire room is tense and everyone is wary, so Gi-hun tells his team to sleep under the beds and take turns keeping watch in case of an attack. In the middle of the night, Jeomja needs to go to the bathroom and tells her son not to worry because she has a knife hidden in her hair. The guards tell her nobody can come in or out at this hour, but she cries and begs until she's allowed to go. The next morning, Junho divides his team into two groups to keep searching all the islands in the area. At the facility, the players are taken to a room that looks like a carousel for the third game. It's called Mingle and they have to step on the platform, which will start rotating. When they hear a number, the players must form groups of that size and go into rooms in just 30 seconds. As the platform begins to spin with all the players on it, a children's song starts to play. The first number is 10 and people immediately panic as they grab whoever is closer and run to the doors. When time runs out, the few players that stayed behind are immediately killed. After the bodies are taken away, the platform spins again and the chosen number is 4. Players panic again and the teams of 5 from the previous game have no choice but to split. Most people manage to find enough partners to run to the doors. There's one group that only brings 3 people. After time runs out, the guards shoot the players left on the platform but also the team that got the wrong number. This time No Oil doesn't shoot the bodies more than once and follows protocol correctly. For the next round, the number is 3. People freak out again and the mood is tense because many players are offended after the split from last time. Young-sik is dragged away by 2 guys, so Jeomja ends up in a room with In-ho and Gi-hun. A manipulative In-ho asks seemingly innocent questions about Young-sik to make it look like he abandoned his mother, planting the seed of doubt in her mind although she defends him. After the losers get killed, Jeomja reunites with her crying son with a tight hug. The following number is 6. The teams are formed pretty quickly but as they hurry to the doors, Youngmi is pushed off and she is left outside. Yoonju and Jeomja are devastated by her death and Yoonju yells at Myung-gi for closing the door, but he points out their group was full so he saved the team's lives. The number for the final round is 2. In-ho pushes a guy out of the way to make it to the door with Yoon-bae, but a third person comes in before they can lock it. Without hesitation, In-ho kills the third guy so the number in the room is correct. The game ends with only 100 players still alive. In the meantime, Joon-ho sends out a drone from the ship to take a better look at all the islands at the same time. Eventually he finds a door hidden under the bushes, so the group heads there to investigate. When they try opening the door, a hidden bomb explodes and sends them all flying. Most of the group survives, but sadly one thug returns to the ship as a dead body. Park thinks they should go back but the group refuses and Joon-ho starts putting new rules in place to avoid more information leaking, since he thinks they have a mole. When the players return to their room, Myung-gi tells Joon-hee they should try to be together again after the games are over. However, when he starts talking about investing, she realizes he only wants the money and turns him down. Yoon-bae counts the stickers and realizes there are more people who want to stay, so Gi-hun wants to talk to them to try to change their minds. However, In-ho points out that the more they bother them, the angrier people will get and they can't afford another fight. Soon the guards arrive and the voting begins. Many people are changing their minds including Yoon-ju, who doesn't want to play anymore after seeing Young-mi's death, and Yong-sik who wants to make his mother proud. In the end, it's a perfect 50-50 tie, so the guards announce they'll vote again the next day. During dinner, people gather according to their stickers to eat together. Both sides try to convince the other to change their minds and a new argument begins. While everyone fights, Gi-hun notices that his food package includes a fork, which tonight's dish doesn't need. Later Thanos and Nam-gyu harass Min-soo in the bathroom to try to change his mind about the vote. Thanos begins yelling and is interrupted by Myung-gi, who calls other men in his voting group to defend Min-soo. Thanos calls for backup too and starts insulting Joon-hee to taunt Myung-gi, who falls for it and tries to punch him. This triggers a full fight among all the men in the bathroom and Min-soo uses the chance to escape. A furious Thanos pushes Myung-gi to the ground to start choking him, so Myung-gi retaliates by stabbing him with a fork in the neck. Then Myung-gi kicks Thanos off and hides in a stall. Since the fork is still in Thanos' neck, other players grab it and use it to kill too. The fight also breaks a mirror, providing them with shards to do more killing. 2 guards outside hear what's going on but do nothing. Soon 5 deaths are announced in the main room and the money is added to the piggy bank. The men from the bathroom come back and start accusing each other of starting the fight to make the other team look bad. As they begin arguing again, they count the stickers and notice that the team that wants to leave now has more people. The tense moment is interrupted when the guards send them all to bed. On the ship, one of the thugs discovers Park messing with the drone, so Park quickly stabs him and throws him into the water. When a man comes over to check on the noise, Park pretends it was a wave hitting some boxes. Back in the facility, the guards are told to get ready for a special game. Gi-hun thinks the other team will attack them during the night and In-ho believes they should attack first, but Gi-hun disagrees. He points out they shouldn't be killing each other, instead they should be teaming up to go after the people in charge. His plan is to wait for the fight in the room to start and try to take the guns from the guards using the element of surprise. Meanwhile Nam-gyu has stolen Thanos' necklace and is taking too many happy candies. He also reveals he has the fork. Joon-hee takes pity on Myung-gi and tells him to hide when the fight starts. As soon as the lights go out, Gi-hun and his close friends hide under the beds. The other team attacks and soon people are dying all over the place. Because of the darkness, sometimes they don't even know whose team the victim is on. It hurts Gi-hun to watch all these deaths and not help, but he thinks this small sacrifice is needed to avoid more deaths in the future. Min-soo throws some glass to try to kill Nam-gyu, but his aim fails and Nam-gyu uses the shard to kill more people. Eventually the lights are turned on and the guards come into the room to stop the fight. Gi-hun and his team pretend to be dead and when the guards try to check on them, they pounce on them to steal their guns. The players immediately open fire and kill half of the guards while the other half hides behind some beds to shoot back. The more guards are killed, the more guns the players can steal. Noticing this, the officer tells the remaining guards to leave the room and the door is locked. One guard accidentally stays behind and is taken hostage. Then one of the armed players wants to shoot at all the people who attacked in the middle of the night, but Gi-hun tops him. While Yoon-ju shoots the security cameras, Gi-hun and Yoon-bae give a speech asking for more volunteers to kill the higher-ups. Yong-sik wants to join, but his mother stops him. Joon-hee makes a gesture at Myung-gi to make him stay too. Not many people join the team, but they're still determined to go ahead with the plan. They share the guns and the radios while Yoon-ju teaches them how to use the more advanced weapons, since she used to be a sergeant in the special forces. Afterward the team forces the hostage to guide them to the admin office. When they reach the colorful stairs, they're ambushed by more soldiers who immediately open fire. A shootout ensues and the team quickly brings down all the guards without much trouble. After destroying the cameras here too, they keep moving while gathering bullets from the fallen soldiers on the way. When they are about to reach the admin door, more guards appear and open fire again, quickly killing the hostage. As another gunfight begins, Gi-hun and Young-bae decide to move ahead and search for the boss while the rest of the team buys them time. The duo opens every door in the corridor and they all appear blocked. Then Gi-hun notices a sensor on the wall and puts up a soldier mask, which opens a wall into another corridor. They encounter more guards on the way, so they use the mask to trick them and shoot them down only for more guards to come after them. In the main corridor, the team loses a few people and is running out of bullets. Gi-hun and Young-bae call them to tell them they're stuck with soldiers too, so In-ho and two guys run to help them. Dae-ho volunteers to look for more bodies to get more ammo. Meanwhile, Gi-hun takes a risk and goes closer to the bodies to steal some bullets, rolling out of the way with only a graze on his arm. At that moment, In-ho arrives with the two men and tells Gi-hun he's found an alternate entrance to the office, but he needs the duo to keep the guards distracted. Gi-hun agrees and gives him his last ammo, thinking Dae-ho will arrive soon with more. In the room, Dae-ho gathers all the ammo he can find in the dead bodies with the help of the others. However, on his way out, he hears all the shooting and gets scared, so he drops the radio and returns to the room to stay with the others. Yeon-ju thinks it's suspicious nobody answers the radio and decides to go investigate. Once In-ho is alone with the two men in the hallway, he waits for them to turn around and kills them both. Then he calls Gi-hun on the radio and pretends they were all shot, using the dying noises of his teammates to make it look like he's dead too. He also calls his men to order them to wrap things up. In the main room, Yeon-ju gets all the ammo from Dae-ho, but before she can leave, a bunch of guards arrive. She wants to fight them, however Jeom-ja convinces her to stay hidden since she can't win alone. In the main corridor, one of the team members decides to self-delete with his last bullet. The other two surrender, but the guards kill them anyway. Hearing all this on the radio, Gi-hun and Young-bae surrender as well. In-ho appears wearing the frontman mask again and tells Gi-hun these are the consequences of playing hero before he shoots Young-bae in the head. Gi-hun freaks out over the loss of his friend, so the guards have to hold him down. Sometime later, the remaining players are playing red light green light with two dolls this time. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.